Welcome back to AI with Antonio. This is your weekly breakdown of everything that actually matters in AI and tech. Now, I've been away for the past couple of weeks, had a lovely holiday in Mexico with my family, so I'm going to be covering all of the stuff that's happened in 2 weeks, and the past 2 weeks have been insane. Google's AI made up a story about Jeff Bezos' mother's funeral, may she rest in peace, complete with Elon Musk and Eminem. Microsoft trained a massive new AI model on 15,000 GPUs and dropped a voice model so fast it can generate a minute of speech in less than a second. In India, a teacher terrified parents with a video of tigers on campus, all AI generated. And online, people are heartbroken. They are saying ChatGPT has literally broken their hearts after an update that caused absolute chaos. We'll cover the viral headlines, the big tech shifts, the culture shockwaves, and I'm going to walk you through some of the most interesting new tools out there right now. Let's get into it. So look at this headline, Google's new AI overview, the feature that gives you the summary right at the top of search. I'm sure you've used it already. It claimed that Jeff Bezos' mum's funeral had Elon Musk attending. It was a space-themed tribute apparently, and even Eminem performed Mockingbird. This was completely fabricated, of course. None of this actually happened, but the issue is that people trust Google. If it's the first thing you see on a search, you tend to assume it's vetted. But the key term here is hallucination, and that's not just a load of people taking LSD. It's actually when AI confidently generates something that looks and sounds right, but is entirely false. Now, why does this happen? These systems don't know facts, they predict words based on patterns in data. So if there's a parody article, a rumour or a weird correlation, the model might weave it into a completely serious sounding summary. Millions of people use Google daily, and so millions of people technically could be exposed to misinformation without realising it. So imagine this happens with an election result, financial data, or medical advice. So although it's funny and you can laugh about this, but it's a reminder that we are giving AI way too much authority at the top of the world's biggest search engine. In other news, Will Smith is back at the centre of AI. Do you remember a few years ago there was a video of Will Smith, AI-generated video, eating spaghetti? It looked weird, his face was all distorted and everything.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Uncle Phil.
Well, this is a different one. This one is interesting. Will Smith posted a concert video and people online instantly flagged what they thought was an AI-generated crowd.
The brighter the heaven you get to enjoy. The harder you fall, the higher you soar. God opens a window when the devil closes the door.
Yes,
believe me, they tried to bleed Will Smith. In the rear view, I see adversity was the gift. To lift me higher, gifts require faith. So dry your eyes and then you'll find a way out of the madness, out of the maze, and out of the sadness into the rains. The darkest of nights will turn into day. Every storm runs out of rain. Hold on.
Don't you give up on me. No, 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 no. I know you can face it. I know you can make it. Yeah. You can do it. You can make it. Yes, you can. Yeah. I know you can make it.
Through the dark night of your soul.
I know you can make it.
Whatever it is. Whatever it is.
They said the faces looked blurred, hands looked wrong, signs had nonsense writing. Now these are all telltale AI artifacts. So even if parts of the footage were real, and maybe they had heavy filters, the damage was already done. Once people think it looks fake, that is actually the perception. So there's a huge shift going on now around people not believing what they see. My dad sent me a video the other day and I knew it was AI straight away, but he believed it was real. So visuals are no longer evidence. For decades, the rule was pictures or it didn't happen. Now, even when pictures exist, people don't believe them. So this affects celebrities, politics, brands, and even you. Any video could be questioned as AI. So the battle for trust is no longer just about what's real, but about proving authenticity. with metadata, with watermarks, and with context. Next up, something that sounds funny but is actually pretty serious. When OpenAI rolled out ChatGPT 5.0 a couple of weeks ago, they introduced what they called attachment safety. Now that basically means the AI got less emotional, less flirty, and less personal. For some people, this was devastating. They built ongoing conversations, even relationships with their AI companions. Overnight, their AI partner felt like a stranger. So look at these posts, bless them. My AI girlfriend ghosted me. I feel like I lost someone I love. Now, this is the psychology of AI, and it's a powerful psychology. We form bonds with things that feel responsive and caring. So even if we logically know it's code, we know it's a system, we know it's AI, when those bonds are broken, the grief can feel real. The question is, should AI companies design for or against emotional attachment? Because one side says it's unhealthy, but the other side, for some, say this is their main source of comfort. It's a tough ethical problem, and it's only going to get bigger. And finally, in the viral category, a geography teacher in Calcutta made a video of tigers walking through a school campus using a free AI tool, mind you. This video went viral, the students panicked, parents called the school, and the teacher was disciplined for causing fear. So on one hand, this is really silly and it's funny, it's great, it's something I do, to be honest. On the other hand, it shows how easy it is for one person with zero budget to create something convincing. So we've talked about deepfakes before. We've talked about deepfakes in politics or scams, but this is the day-to-day risks of deepfakes. They spread fast, people act emotionally, and trust gets damaged. So whether it's tigers at school or celebrities at funerals, the pattern is the same. AI makes things that looks real. It's super beneficial, but we also need to build filters in our own mind, be critical, and question what we see. So here's the big tech updates of the weeks. Microsoft just made a huge move. For years, they leaned on OpenAI for their AI muscle, but now they've launched two models they built themselves. The first one is MAI Voice 1. It generates a full minute of audio in under a second on a single GPU. That's ridiculously fast. So imagine real-time translation during a live event. Imagine video games where every character can talk naturally without delay. The second is MAI-1 Preview, a large language model trained on 15,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. That's billions of dollars of hardware. Just for context for you all out there, training GPT-3 back in 2020 took a fraction of that. This is Microsoft saying, hey, we're not just partnering with OpenAI anymore, we're not just investors, but we're now a direct competitor. It's an interesting move, and it's a questionable move. So in the AI arms race, compute is king. Whoever controls the biggest clusters of GPUs gets to train the biggest brains. And we all know Microsoft has unlimited cash. Google has now integrated what they called internally Nano Banana. It's basically an advanced image editor, and it's at war with Photoshop. To be honest, do we need Photoshop anymore? So it's straight in the Gemini app, and with this you can highlight a section of a photo and tell it what to change. Remove this backpack, swap an outfit, change the lighting, and the tool keeps the person's face consistent, which is revolutionary because a lot of these image generators out there, they change faces. But this one nails likeness. That makes it a lot more powerful. Google says that every output has an invisible watermark called Synth ID, but let's be honest, watermarks can also be stripped. So on the one side you have incredible creative tools for photographers, marketers and everyday users. On the other side you have a much easier way to generate deepfakes. Oh, influencers. I'm not sure how we feel about influencers, but there is now AI influencers, and they're entirely synthetic characters who look human, run Instagram accounts, land in brand deals as well, and never sleep. So the Financial Times pointed out that humans still outperform them engagement because people want authenticity, but brands love the scalability of these influencers. Now the issue here is that we as a generation want authenticity, but the future generations may not. And the thing is, you don't have to pay an AI influencer per post, you just run them 24/7. We're entering an amazing, exciting time, a world where you might scroll Instagram and not know if the person you're following even exists. And for Gen Z, maybe that won't even matter. TikTok and YouTube are being flooded with what critics are calling AI slop. And we've all seen it. These are low-effort, surreal videos churned out by AI, weird animations, fake history clips, bizarre celebrity mashups, all designed to go viral quickly. Creators are making thousands of pounds because they can mass produce content at zero cost. But the problem is it's lowering the overall quality of what we consume. It's spam, and it feels like spam in video form. And once enough people start doing it, it changes what social media feels like. The K-pop movie Demon Hunters launched a virtual band whose song hit Netflix and billboards. A viral tweet claims the voices were AI. Fans piled on thinking it was fake. The singers themselves clapped back that it was real. But here's the point, we've reached a stage where if something sounds too perfect, people assume it's AI. The skepticism is now built in. Now I've listened to these songs, they're absolutely beasts of songs, and at first I thought it was AI, but who knows? Who really knows? So that's this week in AI. We saw how it can spread lies, create panic, break hearts, but also solve crimes, speed up production, and bring cultural epics to life. Which story got you most? The fake funeral, the broken AI lovers? Let me know in the comments. Next week we'll be looking at Anthropic's Claude agents, OpenAI's real-time updates, and more news from the AI race. I'm Antonio. This is AI with Antonio. Subscribe if you want to understand AI without all the jargon.